AJ, but I'm sending you an invite, but I don't see me. I don't see me though.
Are you getting my request?
I just got out because I'm gonna do it one more time.
Why does this say we're upload?
Now we're live over here, so I'm doing it one more time and then I'm done with TikTok. Maybe
Well,
that's the
hey
problem.
everybody, welcome to Oak Values Podcast. Me and Gary
There's nobody on.
TikTok. Oh, they might go back and watch. Hope people still view.
I think it's gonna work right now. Now I'm live. Request to come on here. I'm actually just invited you. Confirm. Turn your camera on. How do I make it bigger? Now we're both in small cameras. All right. Man, no one's here. It's weird. All right. Well, welcome to Living by Oak Values. And today's podcast, we are going to be discussing communication. And along with communication, we're going to be talking about, now we have three people, talking about integrity and honesty, along with a few other things that we will bring up. Joel, how are you, sir? Question for Joel. How do I look on TikTok right now? I feel like I'm cut off camera-wise. Is that accurate or inaccurate?
You are not really in the screen.
I didn't think I was. I was when it was bigger, I was here, but now I'm not.
It's go up in the air and turn to your right.
My right.
Other way.
My left? Nope, that was my left arm, dude. It's okay. You're missing an arm. You don't know.
I'm on decap.
Anyway, all right. So, welcome to Living By Oak Values, guys. Tonight, AJ and I are going to be discussing communication, and along with communication, honesty and integrity, and how those two key components are the most important part of communication. So, AJ, what do you have for me on that one?
So, communication is the foundation. It's kind of the framework. It's the framework for any situation that you find yourself in. In order to have a relationship that's worth having, it has to be built on honesty, which is your integrity, and you have to have a really open line communication. After watching a friend's and his wife's podcast tonight, Sessions and Lessons, and seeing their communication, thinking about it, and thinking about what they spoke about, it's so amazing to watch a couple have communication that deeply. Like it really is. But to think about the fact that there are so many relationships out there where communication, and integrity just don't exist, and it's such a painful thing when it comes down to it, especially from people that are close to you.
I agree. And I want to say that. So when I was married, I communicated with my wife, but there was no integrity, there was no honesty, and so there was no point in the communication. It was just words that were falling out of my mouth, and literally they were falling out of my, like I was vomiting.
Yep.
There has to be, what was it that you said earlier? Conviction, right?
There has to be conviction in everything that you say. Otherwise, like you said, you're just blurting words out.
Yes.
There has to be a deep meaning behind your communication. There should always be conviction in anything that you're having a conversation about. Otherwise, what is the point? It's meaningless.
It is absolutely meaningless. And Cliff, what's going on, brother? I see that you are on TikTok. And Joel, you seem to switch to TikTok also. Cool. So on the note of communication, this is totally, we are completely unscripted, but I want to throw this out there that, Joel, I'm concerned with your wife because she has no problems with those white lies, brother. I don't know, man. That podcast today was really, really, I enjoyed it a lot. She has no problems with those white lies. And in my eyes, these days, the past 5, 6, 7 years of my life, a lie is a lie. There is no other way around it.
It's funny. I want to add into that. So, Glow was saying at one point, Catherine was making dinner and she could hear the podcast. I was charging my AirPods, and Glow was saying, basically everybody lies. And I actually had to pause the podcast because Kate wasn't going to stop talking. And she's like, wait, no. She's like, even with the smallest opportunity to tell a white lie, my integrity comes out of me like it's explosive. I either start laughing or I say I'm just kidding. I just get so lost. How you doing, Matt? She cannot handle it. So today, perfect example, we have the snowstorms today. We've already got probably 15 inches at this point since the last time I looked at it. And my wife was going to go to work, or thought she was going to go to work, with a 47-minute drive. And I told her no. I said, you're not going to work. The only way that I'm going to let you go to work in this dangerous weather is if I take you. And I still really don't agree with that. I think that it's extremely dangerous, and it's my job to protect you. And if I just let you go off and make a decision because you're afraid that you're going to hurt your boss's feelings, or that somebody else is going to have to stay, and you wouldn't want that to happen to you, then I'm gonna step in and tell you I'm making that decision for you. And she says, yeah, but I can't just say that it's snowing out. And I'm like, yeah, you can say there's over a foot of snow on the ground and it's dangerous. So because we could have that open line of communication and she wanted to follow with her integrity, I said, okay, I can agree there because I don't like to lie. I don't feel comfortable lying to people. And it's a little bit different. I don't know them. And when it comes to your life, I don't necessarily mind saying, look, she's not coming. It's just too dangerous. But she wanted to hold true and go for a quick ride around the neighborhood and realized she couldn't even make it 2 streets away. She's like, well, now I feel so much better because the communication that I'm going to now have with work is going to be sorry about that.
While you paused, it says live pause. The guest will be back soon. There you go.
Because I put the do not disturb on. Didn't you hear the
Mhm.
ding on
I
the?
did.
Yeah, it's because I told you I was going to forget to put that do not disturb back on. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm not sure. Is me on here?
You're on there. You're good. We're good now.
No, no. Did me, Jarrett?
Yeah,
Did
he's on TikTok.
he's on TikTok?
Yes. And so is Glow. Glow, the little white liar, is on TikTok. They're just little white one.
No worries, son. Yeah, you can't.
Hey, before we go further, because I want to enjoy this, today's episode is brought to you by something very special to me. It is brought to you by Bell's Hop Slam. They are paying us $0. And this beer is actually, it comes out once a year. It is a double IPA. And my mother and I used to enjoy this all the time. And when she gets to a little better spot, we are going to have one of these beers together. I'm going to make sure that we save one. I'm going to make sure my brother, hint, hint, I know you're watching, gets a 4-pack and puts it in the fridge until she's a little better. So when I come down there, we can have a beer together. Bell's Hop Slam. I love this beer so much. It comes out once a year. I actually got that tattoo on my arm.
I want to try the beer, even though you didn't offer to have one with me. It's all right.
What? Because you said you don't drink anymore. Why would I do that to you? So we got some messages here that I've been missing. My iPad's gonna fall down.
We're having a little bit of a conversation together.
Texted you. What's up? Hope you're good, man. Shuffler says, same goes to you, man. Just trying to figure things. I don't know who he's talking. Oh, that's me. Said the Shuffler trying to figure things out. Okay, got it. Cool. I'm on top.
Cliff and Jarrett were talking.
Anyway, so I'm glad that Shuffler is here tonight, actually, because on the line of communication, we had a men's meeting. We have a men's meeting every single Thursday at 7 p.m. This week, it is going to be starting on in our school community. So check out our school community, and I will put the link in the YouTube and Facebook description when we're done with this. But this week, we had a conversation with Mr. Shuffler. He was there. He's always there. He's the man. I love that guy. And I have coached many people about bringing their issues to the men before their wives. And he questioned me on that. And although he doesn't like questioning me, or he does like it, but he thinks that he upsets me. He's trying to upset me, I think, but he doesn't. Nevertheless, he made me realize that you should be able to go to your significant wife, your significant wife, your significant other, or your wife, or your girlfriend, or both of them, whatever you do. I don't know. And tell them what's on your mind. I do agree with him. And I think that I know actually now what I've been trying to tell people, and I feel bad. I want to go back to all my clients to tell them I fucked up. I didn't really screw up, but you need to bring it to the men to complete the thought. So if you are enraged or you are so upset with what's going on or emotionally charged that you can't complete a sentence, or this is just driving you so crazy, bring it to the men so that they can help you connect the two dots and put it to a sentence so you can bring it to your wife the way that you want to bring it. And then so that she can help you come to a conclusion if you need help or if you think it's a team effort. So that's what I want to say. So still bring it to the men to get that complete thought. But if you are running on all circuits, then bring it to the wife, unless you think she can't handle it. But if she can handle it, if you guys are that tight and that good, then bring it to her. But make sure that you have got a complete circuit, that it's going, it's, I don't know, I can't think of the word, but
Yeah, it's just about making sure that your partner can handle that conversation and make sure that if it's a serious situation, something that might affect her in some way, make sure that you've taken the time to work out what it is you're going to say. Make
yes,
sure that the communication that you're going to have with your partner actually has conviction behind it, and you're not going to just go and release words.
yes. Don't want the word just fall out of your mouth.
Have conviction in what it is that you say and make sure it's thought out. It's the same thing like we talked about before with my wife. My wife is not one of those people that I can bring deep conversations to. Call it a mental health issue, call it the way she was raised. I know she's put a lot of work in, with therapists, psychiatrists, and counselors, on being able to handle things and not take them the way that she does and not take them on. Unfortunately, she takes everything on that comes at her. So I have to shield a lot of those things from her.
Whoop, sorry. I did that. I didn't know what I was doing. I was playing. So back to the honesty and integrity. Like, so I've discussed about myself a million times to all these guys about when I was married, I was not honest. I had no integrity. I had no values. I have morals, no values. So lying was not an issue to me. It became so much work to keep my lie straight so that no one would catch on. So my words were worthless. Everything I said was worthless. So it's so important that we are honest and we have integrity in everything that we do, especially with the communication, not only with our significant others, but with our children, our family, our neighbors, and everything. If you are ashamed of who you are or what you think or whatever, that's a problem. You need to look in the mirror and be okay with the man that you are, so that the words that you're coming out of your mouth are full of honesty, full of integrity, and that you are proud of who you are. So Joel says lies are a lot of work, even though it seems like the easy way. It is absolutely the easy way out, as long as you keep your fingers crossed that no one catches on and that you have a good hiding spot. So when they do catch on, you can hide. But Glow must know a lot about that because she's got no problem. Sorry, Glow. Had to call you out. Loved it. I loved the podcast tonight, guys. I really did. So Glow says LOL. Anyway, so all right, what else? What more do you got on this? We have a few more
I
things.
think the message is late. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
like you, and you said that, oh, Joel says, and I'm like, I'm scrolling, I'm like, I just see Cliff and me. I don't see Joel. And then you read it, and then when you were finished and made another comment, then it popped up. And then you said what you said about Glow, and then you said Glow said LOL.
Well,
Then it came through.
that's because you were in East Providence, or you're in the hood.
Yeah, no,
I got the good internet over here.
unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, I think that communication really is the foundation to the relationships that you have with people. I think that it is so important. Integrity is so important in life, and if you don't have integrity, then it's hard to spot others that don't have integrity, right? It's very hard. And the only way that you are going to find real friends and real lasting relationships is coming through with real conviction in the communication that you have with everyone. So everyone at all times knows who you are. Whether it's a brand new relationship with a significant other or it's a friendship, communication should always be full of integrity. It should always have conviction, and it should just always be the real, raw you. Otherwise, you're going to have to go back at some point to actually show who you really are.
Absolutely.
Eventually, who you really are will come out. Why not find people to have in your life that know who you are?
So did you see Cliff's message? What is your definition of integrity? So before I answer, what do you have? Exactly. It's showing up as the man you want to be. Technically, it's doing the right thing even when no one's looking, but it's showing up as who you are. So if I'm an asshole all the time, then I'm going to show up an asshole even if you're watching or not watching. But if I'm going to show up as a genuine person, then that's how I'm going to show up. That's integrity, being who you are, not faking it for anybody else.
I think I have a problem, Cliff, just to say I know I'm saying integrity and also explaining it at the same time. It's probably one of my downfalls in life. I always try to say things different ways so that the people I'm delivering the message to actually understand it. I'm told that I should stop worrying about that. That it's up to the person that I'm telling to make sure that they understand, and if they don't, then they should speak and say, "Hey, I don't understand." I think it's important. You start a new relationship, right? What's the best part of a new relationship? You have the honeymoon phase, right?
Absolutely. The
Honeymoon?
lust and honeymoon.
Yeah, but what's wrong with having the honeymoon phase that's just full of lust and also has integrity? Because the honeymoon phase is not actually showing up as your 100% true authentic self. That's why it's the honeymoon phase, and that's why it's the fan when actually, or you actually see who the other person really is.
Yes.
The true person comes out.
So when you're in a honeymoon phase or you're in a brand new relationship, whatever you want to call that, if you are not showing up with honesty and integrity, being the man that you really are, when the lust and the fun times fade away, or it's back down to business, I have back to work, maybe we'll move in together or we'll whatever. If you are a completely different person when real life takes over, then where's your relationship? It's not real. And I have done that many times. But yeah, now that I'm older and I've done this work, like I love who I am, and that's there's no point in making believe that I'm somebody else. Zero point. If you don't, it's funny because like I look at like my wall, I'm like, not many women would want to move in with a guy that's got a surfboard on his wall. It's very I live a very good bachelor kind of life. No, and there's nothing that's who I am. So if you can't deal with that, if a woman wants to move in here and put her feminine touch, that board stays right where it is until summertime. Then it goes on the porch all summer. And when it gets cold, it comes back inside.
So Clifford said to me that's a communication thing, not integrity. And then he said to me it shows more integrity to make sure people understand you and your message as opposed to saying something in there you figure it out now. Just my take. Well, yeah, but I mean, so I agree with what you're saying. I mean, the aspect of let me just go back to this.
Cliff, if you want to come on, you can come on. It would only be on TikTok, not the other two. But if you want to come on,
I
then
absolutely agree. The integrity aspect of things is to make sure that people understand who you are and your message. But that also requires communication. It requires honesty and conviction with the words that come out of your mouth. And that's where I'm aligning the two of them. But
oh,
Joel,
good, Cliff. You don't have to come on. I got you. Some of us have to work like you. I'm sorry to hear that. I have a thing about Sunday and working. It's not right. Can you hear that dryer in the background? It's going crazy right now. Can you hear that or no? You do? Okay, good. Because it's really loud here. It's bad. It's like a fucking helicopter landing in my living room. All right, me said it's not that bad. All right, but you can hear it. That sucks.
Yeah, we will have to get you on some night, Cliff. What Joel said, honeymoon phase is kind of cringe to me.
Oh, I want to get back to that.
Should be no act in relationships. Be who you are 24/7. I absolutely agree, Joel. You should always be yourself. Um, but I think for a lot of men, they kind of go into a relationship not really being their true genuine self because they're solely worried on impressing the person that they want to date. I mean, I've watched having 5 boys. I've watched my boys a year or two into relationships still worrying about impressing the girl that they're with or putting them up on that pedestal up there,
Yes.
not understanding that, they are equal and that they actually bring something to the table. And I think that's a lot of the problem. I think a lot of men don't understand what they actually bring to the table. Now, if you haven't put the work in life and your feet aren't planted and you don't have good values, then you don't know your worth. You absolutely don't know your worth. And in that case, it's time to find a brotherhood in the coaching community. It's time to find a men's group. It's time to actually start learning from all of the sorry, I kind of lost myself there, but it's important to learn what your values are. It's important to understand boundaries, and it's important to know what you stand for. And if you
Absolutely.
don't, then what are you really showing up for? What are you showing up with?
Yep,
And
I saw that. She chose this life.
that's another story for another day.
Yeah, we can talk about that another day. They're all a little batshit crazy, but
Huh?
they're all a little batshit crazy.
Well, that is true. Joel said, "True, good point, AJ." Question: so age and maturity have anything to do with that? Yeah, 100%, brother. Age and maturity definitely has a lot to do with it, and
Who
that's
asked that question?
Joel did. That's like the situation with my young my boys, right? So my 26-year-old son seems like he's starting to understand that. I'm not 100%. I haven't quite seen him in his relationship yet, but so far as my other boys, not so much. My second son seems like he's just accepted defeat. So I'm hoping that maturity will continue to kick in. He's married, about to have his second son. But yes, age really does matter. I mean, look at how long did it take us in life to get to the place that we are and to learn these values?
40 years.
Right. We had to learn these, we had to go to coaching.
Wow.
We had to find a men's group to learn what values were and to understand what boundaries were and non negotiables and how to live healthy, how to have a brotherhood, how to, understand what type of roles we should really have in life.
Are they big? Because I've dated women that are older than me, that are older than Joel, and still got the same issues.
You're talking about women. That's why they still have the same
Age of maturity. What did he say? I did see the comment.
Yeah, but which I mean, he said age of maturity, but
He didn't say what gender.
he did, he did. I was joking. I said yeah, women are the same. Honestly, how many women's groups do you see out there to teach women? I'm not even sure. I don't even want to misphrase what you would actually teach women. I guess we'd still,
Teach him sanity.
yeah, some sanity, some clarity.
There are plenty of them. I do know one woman that has a women's group. So
That is great. But I
yes,
mean, most women, well, I guess there's not really much of a difference. They're as bad as men. Men are just as bad when it comes
we're just two different creatures. We're equally as bad in different ways, if that makes sense. Going through the shit. You got it. That's right. School of Hard Knocks is the best way. But if you need help going through it, we are now taking clients. We have a few spots available, so reach out northmancoaching.com. Book you a 60-minute free session. It's just a discovery call where we can see where you're at. I'm not going to try to sell you nothing. I just want to see where you're at and try to help you with 60 minutes. If I can do it for free, I want to do it. I want to help you out. So that's it. northmancoaching.com, 60-minute free call. So if you don't want to go through the school of hard knocks and figure it out and eat dirt while you're figuring it out, you want help with a man who's been there, reach out to me. I have been there. I have gotten through it. AJ has been there. I have gotten him through it. Now he's helping people through it. So we're both qualified to help people through this. And if you don't trust us or don't like us, reach out to Cliff Shuffler. He'll take care of you. He'll get you through it. He'll get your ass in shape and motivated. So there's that.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of men are afraid to reach out to other men. Take that fear and throw it in the trash because it's just gonna keep walking just right beside you. And
Take the what?
you have a brother walk beside you. What?
What'd you say? Throw it in the trash?
Take that fear.
Oh, I think said take the beer. I was like, how am I throwing this beer in the trash?
Fear and throw it in the trash. Have a brother walking beside you. Have a brotherhood. Have a coach. Have
Yes.
somebody that can actually help you so that you don't have to fall on your face nonstop. Teach you to have values in life. What are you hearing now?
I hear an echo, but I think it's because my volume was up on my iPad. You're good. You're good. Now you're better. So Joel just said join the men's group on Thursday as well. Absolutely. So join the men's group this week. Starting this week, it is now in our school. So if you don't have school, SKOOL, get on school. It's free to get on it. Find the North Band Coaching. And if you do it before midnight tonight, it's free. If it's after midnight, it's not free anymore.
I'm gonna find a way to get that out there.
I'm gonna put the link in the YouTube and Facebook podcast when it goes after we're done. There it is. Twinsies? What? I don't know what's going on there. Glow, get in that group. Yes, get in there. It's free. Get in there right now. Talk to your husband, or unless he doesn't want you in there, whatever. I don't know. Calm down, Gary. No one's taking you. Well, I got scared. I don't fucking know. So the other thing that happened in the men's group the other night that I want to discuss, Rob Burton had brought up decision fatigue, and people questioned him a little bit, but I want to tell you that it's a real thing. It truly is, and I'm going to get to where it came in my life. And I mentioned it, and it seemed kind of weird. If you are counting on your significant other to make all of the decisions in your relationship, that is a lot. And they could be as simple as, and what I had said during the men's meeting was, should I turn left here? Should I turn right here? Should I get gas in the car now, or should I get it later? Where do you want to go on vacation? What do you want for dinner? Making her all these decisions. And I did that in my marriage. And it wasn't because I wasn't capable of deciding whether to turn left or right, or get gas here or get gas there, or where we're going on vacation. It was, I did not want to upset her. I wanted to please her and make her happy. And my little boy brain, I thought that if she had the answers that she wanted, she would be happy. But it made me look like a complete, I'm not going to put the words out there exactly, but yeah, I don't know, a complete moron, I guess. Like I could not make a decision for myself. So
in the beginning of your relationship, though, I'm sure those areas in the beginning of the relationship pleased her.
Sure. Yes.
That eventually becomes too much, and that's
yes.
where the problem fits in. I think a lot of men don't understand that.
So it's important that you make decisions, because the bottom line is, and whoever listens to this, you might be shocked to hear this, but you're going to be wrong at some point, and you're going to be right at some point. And if you're truly honest and authentic and have integrity, you're going to piss people off, and that's okay. Stand your ground. When people are mad at you, people are mad at you. You know, AJ and I, we're real tight, but I'll piss him off and he'll piss me off, and that's fine, because that's how you grow through shit. I get mad at my brother on a regular. We grow through it. If you can't grow through it, then there's no relationship. So that's it. So you have to be able to show up as who you are, make decisions, knowing that you will be right and or wrong. Not fair. Would never expect go on extra stuff or make decisions. We're adult and partners.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what word.
He's saying it's not fair. He would never expect Glow to take on extra stuff or make
Right. Okay. Yes.
we're adults and partners. But that is your job. Cliff said, that doesn't sound accurate. I'm right all the time.
So am I, Cliff. I feel your struggles. I'm always right. There was a time when I used to be wrong, but lately, the last 10 years, I've always been right. It's a struggle. But Joel, go back to when you were younger. Did you not try to impress the woman, like to the point where you would ask her to make decisions? Be like, hey, what do you think we should do here? Because it would, if she had her choice and you went with that, it would make her happy.
One thing I love about our brotherhood, can disagree, but we all remain brothers. That's the truth, Joel.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. We're supposed to disagree. First of all, we're men, right? And as long as we're healthy masculine men, then we're always gonna have disagreements. It's just part of being a man, right? It's part of masculinity. As long as you do it in a healthy way, though, you never break the brotherhood. You never break the trust. You never break down what's actually important there, and that's what matters. That is all that matters.
Absolutely. So that's part of, well, the brotherhood. But back to what I was saying is that the decision making, make the decision. Be wrong, be right. It's fine.
So make it. Don't put that stress on your partner.
Do not do it.
She does not want to decide whether or not you're going to stop for gas. She expects you as the man to do your job and stop and fill up the gas tank and not have to have a conversation about it, or for you to look to her like she's your mother and she needs to tell you that, yes, little boy, you need to stop for gas. That is letting that little boy inside you come out because you're worried about upsetting her. That's that little boy within. That scared little boy. That's why you're worried about asking her where she wants to go to dinner, instead of being the type of man that sticks on setting up his date nights and makes reservations for the restaurant you're going to and lets your wife know, hey, this is the type of establishment we're going out to tonight, so that you can dress for where we're going or the type of venue that we're going to. But that is what truly impresses the woman. Not going to her and saying, well, honey, I don't know where I want to go. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Chili's? Do you want to go to a nice restaurant? My wife wants that. You sound indecisive and childish.
Chili's is nice. Come on now.
I love Chili's. I asked my wife to marry me at a Chili's.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. So the other thing that is very important with this whole thing, if the decisions and whatnot, when you're wrong, what's the first step you should do when you're wrong, AJ? Please get this right.
When I'm wrong?
Yes.
When I'm wrong, it's time to sit back and reflect so that I can fix.
And take accountability.
Yeah. That's what accountability is. You have to take a step back, sit down, and understand what it is so that you can fix the situation.
Yes. So should I go left? Should I go right? And I decided on my own to go left, but yet I was following the GPS and I made the left too soon and I'm now on a dead end. So instead of blaming the GPS, I blame myself. I take accountability. I should have looked closer at the directions. I should have figured this out earlier. Places alone. What is he talking about? That's romantic. Wow. That's ridiculous.
I wrote her a letter on a napkin, on the Chili's napkin, while she was up going to the bathroom, and I slipped it over and put it next to her drink. Yeah.
Well, that's great. I asked my ex-wife to marry me at the house we had bought before we were married.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. As a matter of fact,
anyway,
when we repaired things, we had happened to go to a Chili's right after we had started talking again, and I wrote on a napkin, and she actually got nervous. She got really nervous because she was afraid that I was doing a redo or something, like I was trying to impress her or something, and it wasn't. It was just a heartfelt statement saying, I love you, I always will. It's great things are working out. But those things matter, right? That was conviction of communicating. I was communicating to make sure that she understood that I still felt the same way I always did.
I've had Joel and Glow. I'm not laughing, I'm just smiling. I love those guys. They're great. So if you guys don't know who Joel and Glow are, they have a podcast called Sessions and Lessons. Sessionsandlessons.com, Sessions and Lessons on TikTok. Seriously, check these guys out. They are great. They are what do they say? They're not professionals. They're just married. And they just shoot it back and forth, and they're great. Whether they go down memory lane, they talk about lying. Memory lane, they talk about a lot of stuff, man. It's just a great conversation. That's all I can say. Just yeah.
Great to see a husband and wife have communication the way that they do. It was an awesome, well, not watch, but listen. It was an awesome thing to listen to. And I agree, Joel, I can't wait to see you guys have the video so we can catch Glow kicking you under the desk.
Yeah, I want to see that too. Bring it on. Let's go live. Come on, guys. Stop playing around. Also, I want to throw out there that if anybody is going through a divorce or anybody's been said that told their wife said I want a divorce or a separation, my book is on the website. It is completely free. It is a ebook on the first 30 days on how to respond versus reacting. This book guaranteed, well, I can guarantee it worked for me, sort of. And it's worked. I did a class. We had 25 guys in it. I think it worked pretty damn well. It teaches you how to respond versus react. And it's something that I wrote because of everything I did wrong. So now that I know how to do things, that is how I wrote it. So I wrote everything backwards from what I went through. So free. So check it out. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's free though. I can almost promise you it will work. Check it out. Read it. Tell me what you think. And if you want help, reach out. 60 minutes. Call. Not trying to sell you nothing. I will help you through this.
I can attest to the fact that this changes people's lives. Okay, I guarantee you that. And I've read other testimonials of how this work has changed people's lives. So go to northmancoaching.com. Go to Facebook. Check us out. It will change your life if you're willing to put that work in.
And like Joel just said, go get the free ebook. If you don't want the free ebook and you want to pay for a book, check out Joel's book because it is an incredible book. It's actually probably better than my book, but it also costs money. Mine's free. It is called May December End, The Ballad of Joey Flowers. Absolutely incredible book. Actually, I actually read it, or I don't want to lie to you guys. I listened to it. There's no audiobook yet, but I had Alexa read it to me in one day while I was working. I actually stopped in one spot to take notes. And I'm a mailman, so I can't stop for too long, but I did for like an hour almost to take notes because it was such a good book. So check out that book by Joel Rosario. It is on Amazon. It is on Kindle. It is on Nook. And I believe he said it's on barnesandnoble.com. So he's like a real author, like John Grisham and stuff, or Stephen King or whoever.
Thanks,
So
Joel. I appreciate that. You are right. Even if you are just looking to hang out with other dudes, come to the meetings. It's a great place to actually have real brotherhood, good discussion, and learn some things. It's not the same as going out to the bar with your buddies and getting toxic information when you want to discuss the things that are going wrong in life.
yes. And before we end this call, I have a favor to ask. Joel, I'm going to text you the link. If you could put that in the chat so people can see it. I don't know how to do that while I'm talking. I'm a little special. Give me a second. I just texted you the link, Joel. If you could put that in the chat, that'd be awesome. I would love you for it. That'd be great.
Yep, guys.
Because
Men's group is every Thursday night. Like Joel said, it's every Thursday night. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can go to Northman Coaching. That's right. I'm sorry. We're switching over to the school app. Sorry.
yes, we are on school this week. On school. SKO. Hopefully. Maybe. There it is. Thank you, bud. Look at you. You're like a genius, brother. Very good. All right, so we're going to wrap this up now. And there was one more thing I want to talk about. We're not going to talk about it because I don't have what I wanted to talk about exactly, but it's about vision. We talked about it in church this week, and I'm not getting into it. That's going to be part of next week's conversation. So I'm going to leave you guys with have a vision, and we'll discuss that more next week. Sound good? Just words. Got it. All right. Well, Dynamic Duo is out, guys. So have a wonderful evening, and we will see you guys on Thursday in school at the men's meeting, and we'll see you guys next Sunday, not in school, for the podcast. So, all right. So school next week. Be there. All right. You guys have a good night.